They smile when they are alone.
No, Toaster.
We're on right now.
Are we really?
You know.
Oh my God.
This is a nice little theme song, but I'll tell you that funky stuff that preambles the show, all the shows here on Gov's Radio. That's the kind of theme we need. It's kind of that drive,
that booger funk.
Yeah.
I call that booger funk. I like when you use big words to bring the show open.
You like that
preamble?
Don't you?
It's very Lincoln of you. It's very presidential.
You know where I mean I know what it means and all that, but you know where I first heard that? It was hysterical. There's Howard Stern called Sammy Davis Jr. and they were going to do an interview, but they just called him out of the blue, so he didn't expect him. And he goes, "Hey Sammy, how you doing?" "I'm in my bathtub." Don't you kids believe in preambling?
That's your Sammy.
Now
Now, it's funny because when you are trying to do a Sammy impersonation,
terrible.
you're right away closing one eye. But you see, you didn't even realize you were doing that.
I didn't even realize I was doing that.
That's the go-to is everybody when they do a Sammy, they feel like they have to. You got to.
I didn't do that. Did I do that? It's crazy.
You did a little glass eye-ish.
That.
You did a little. That's okay. That's funny. It's crazy, man.
Well,
it's crazy. You want me to do a little? Can take a rainbow.
Well, that's like Peter Falk. You ever see
I love
Kevin
Peter
Pollak do Peter Falk?
Yes.
He does it great. The eye, how he does the eye shifting to the other side.
I had Kevin Pollak on my show.
I know that.
Oh, my God, that's right.
And he tells this great story that he was walking through a supermarket, food shopping, and there's Peter Falk. And he said, Peter Falk said to him, "How did you do that with your eye?"
That's funny.
That's what he told us. Great
Supposedly,
story.
Johnny Carson, and I've heard him talk about this, Johnny Carson loves Peter Falk. And he just would go nuts when Kevin Pollak would just go into Peter Falk. He just...
For those of you not familiar, this is the Steve Square Show. Maybe there's a new listener. Do you ever feel... Joe DiMaggio used to say this. I don't call it in because you never know when there's a kid out there watching us for the first time. So I don't take anything for granted. I play for that one kid that's watching me play for the first time. Nice. So I don't take a play off. I don't not jog. And that's the way I feel here. I compare myself to Joe DiMaggio.
Well, too bad Joe's not on the Yankees right now. Maybe they'd be in first place.
Relax. It's 15 games. I got Knicks on the brain right now. I got
Mets
Knicks,
10-5.
I got Knicks worries.
Yeah.
We got Knicks. This is playoff basketball.
But
the Knicks have got to go.
But to be perfectly honest, Tony, I'm still a little worried with the Mets because they're all right. Everybody else is in play. Everybody else no one's playing up to par.
Let me tell you when you look at it.
Outside of Alonso.
I say 40 games in.
Right.
I always go 40 games.
Right.
Gives you a good. That's usually my.
Yeah, I think that's right. You're right.
That's about. I always say that too, right? That's like a quarter of the season.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I think, right? 40, 80, 120, 160.
Right.
But right now, I'm locked into the Knicks. I wasn't loving the way they finished the season. It was a real... But sometimes you can't use that as an indication, right? You always see these teams that kind of crawl. The Yankees had that in one of the years they won the World Series. They were like, oh, my God. It was like they lost the last week of the season. They didn't even win a game. And then So sometimes it turns around. I hope it does.
Don't we all?
Because it's the Knicks and Pistons. The old Knicks Detroit. Malice at the Palace. I hope they have one of those for all.
Good old days of Dennis Rodman.
I'm going before that. Joe Dumars,
Joe
Isaiah
Dumars,
Thomas, Rick Mahorn, Bill Lambier.
Joe.
The old nasty Detroit. They were,
There's some great bits, and I know they used to have a contest in Boston, a Johnny Most sound-alike contest.
Oh, I know.
And this one guy I think won. He did his imitation of Johnny Most covering the Titanic. Oh. And with her, then it's a horrible sight here at the Titanic, and all people are escaping. They're getting on boats. Of course, the women and children are leaving first, and there's a pregnant. Wait a minute! That's not a pregnant lady. That's Dennis Rodman with a basketball in his show.
Now, I like the bit.
Yes.
But it's all about knowing your audience.
It's
How many people are watching that know Johnny Most?
I don't even
know
care.
Johnny
It's
Most.
inside baseball.
It's inside. Well, it's
inside.
inside.
It is total inside.
Well, basketball. Yeah.
But it's still yeah.
By the way, this is the Steve Square Show.
We're just making ourselves.
We didn't
happy
even
here.
introduce the Steve Square Show. I didn't introduce you.
Do I
Or
need to?
Tony.
Do we need to? Look who's here.
This is what I'm saying. You gotta intro. Johnny Carson opened up. Everybody knew it was Johnny.
That's right.
The Tonight Show.
They all know you, Steve.
But you still
And
gotta
I
bring it
see
in.
you, and you know what? I look forward to these shows. You
I
know
do
why?
too.
Because when I come here, sit here with you, I feel better. I look better.
He's going into his jack right now.
I just,
You look great.
I thank you.
You look wonderful.
I'm trying. I hit the gym again. I did some legs. They were in
Good.
pain. They're in pain, but it was good.
Now, speaking of pain, and speaking of presidential, as we said, you said preamble.
Twib.
This week in baseball. Dun 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 dun.
Q Mel.
All right. So now it's 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Yours truly was in the nation's capital.
Yes,
that's
you
where
were.
that's where they keep all the monuments and everything. I didn't know this. Did you know there's a lot of things there? Oh, the Capitol is there. That big pencil-like thing, the monument is there.
Yes, the pencil thing.
Abe Lincoln. Speaking of preamble,
Let's talk about Abe Lincoln.
we can, and the audience knows
Yes.
who Abe Lincoln is. So I was in the nation's capital running the Cherry Blossom race. Now I always wear the dumbbells T-shirt. You know me. I'm a stickler for consistency.
How long was the race, though? By the way,
This was a 10-miler.
10 mile.
Yes.
Is it all the same? Do they have a different...
Yes, this was it. Well, they had you could do the day before was a 5K.
Oh, okay.
Which is like a 3.2.
Right.
And then they had the kids' fun run, which I got to show you some video. It was so cute. The kids are 6 years old and they run down the block.
Oh, I could do that.
You could do that. So I'm going to put on, I felt that I'm going to put this on. I got this shirt. I got to wear it to rep.
Do you have hair and makeup?
I don't, unfortunately. I need that.
You need a little you need a little product there.
I'll put the hat back on because that's the hat from the Philly run. So this is the shirt they give you.
That is from Rocky.
This is the shirt.
Oh, let's see this.
They give you the, let's see what it says here. I'm just putting it on. What does it say, Tony?
Do we have a close up there?
I can get a close up. Hang on.
Oh, look at that. That's nice. This says,
Hang on a second.
I got you.
Now look at alfalfa. I'm telling you.
Well, don't worry about the alpha.
I'm looking at that colic thing on the top
I'll
of your
put the hat
head.
back.
I'm just kidding.
I know.
All right. Well, if we want people to read it, though, we got to move your mic.
Can you stand up?
yeah,
You want to
well, I can
stand
move
up,
the
maybe,
mic.
Steve?
If
And-
there you go. Perfect. There it is. There it is.
Nice.
So that's a close-up of the shirt. Look how beautiful. The cherry blossoms were out.
Credit Union.
It's always
Cherry
sponsored by-
blossom.
It's always sponsored by a credit union.
Which credit union, though?
It's just credit union, just a general. It's all credit.
Very
sponsored by-
generic. It's very generic.
It is very generic, but it almost looks very. I kind of like the shirt. I would have liked I'm not a big fan of black, but
That's kind of blue.
this is
It
blue.
looks a little more, maybe
What would you
dark
call
blue.
this, Tony? Blue.
Looks a little dark blue.
Yeah, I'm with Steve. I actually did think black at first, but now that Steve points it
it's got
out,
a
I'm
little
with
blue?
him. Yes.
Yeah,
little
it could
dark
be maybe a navy. Maybe
Yeah.
a dark navy.
Dark navy.
So and then that's not it. That's
What?
not it. You think that's it? You get
It
this,
ain't over now.
You get this beautiful shirt. It's not it, because they also.
Look at that. Oh,
I am a champion.
handsome
Now-
shirt there.
Somebody asked me if I won the race.
Did you win the race?
Well, there's 20,000 people. No.
So what?
Do I look Kenyan?
Wow.
What?
We went there.
Of course.
What?
The opinions and expressions on this show are not the
Necessarily
expressions of
those.
opinions.
That is
Yeah,
true.
of those coming.
There you
What
go.
is that?
Little bit of that. Little metal.
Hang on.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're gonna lock in on the metal?
Is that metal or?
Well, yeah, it feels like a metal. Feels metallic.
It looks like a backstage pass.
Yeah, that's what I thought
What's
too.
going on here? What is that?
It's the Capitol.
Oh,
It's a little
okay.
bit of the government. Whatever this is here, you got the Capitol. What do they do over it? They do Capitol things there.
Yes.
And
They do absolutely nothing, is what they do.
talk about going
answer.
there, Steve's.
Good answer.
Well, they got people there, right? In the Capitol? There was a lot of buildings, and there was, you know what I noticed in Washington, D.C.?
Yes.
There was, look at that. I like that shot. There was a lot of buildings and no place to grab something to eat. I said, do you guys have like a mart, a mini mart, a bagel? You know, there was no little place to get a Whole Foods,
You were actually
anything.
gonna get a bagel,
Well, like
weren't you?
a little store, you know, so I could get some like a juice or a Gatorade or anything.
Right.
Other than the hotel. And the guy at the hotel, I had to stay. I stayed in Arlington. Mm-hmm. I stayed across the Potomac.
Potomac. It's
Yeah.
maybe the Potomac.
The Potomac.
Potomac.
Or the Potomac. Tomato. So I stayed across there. I got a lovely view of the river. I had it was nice. So I said to the guy, I said, excuse me, garçon, because I speak French. And he wasn't a garçon. He's a concierge or whatever they were.
Okay.
The desktop guy.
Desktop?
Desk boy.
It's a computer?
So I said...
a concierge?
Concierge. Thank you.
So much for your French.
Well, it's a little Frenchy.
Okay.
So I said, where can I go? It was at night. I go, where can I go to get a little something? Or something? He goes, well, the nearest place is about 20 minutes, and I wouldn't go now. He goes, I wouldn't walk out there now.
Wow.
He goes, now that it's evening.
This is Arlington?
Yeah, which I was very shocked.
I thought Arlington was a fairly safe area.
I guess it was not. So he dissuaded me. So I stayed in they had their own little restaurant. I got a salad or whatever,
Very nice, very nice.
And so I stayed there, and I was so jacked up for the race, I didn't sleep the night before. I was very nervous. Oh wow! So I stayed up the whole night. Yeah, I couldn't. I was watching. That was what I was watching. The NCAA Final Four games. I was watching.
Well, that'll get you jacked.
That Duke. Yeah. I loved that they lost. That was fantastic.
Right, wasn't good news.
And so there's this long hallway, an extremely long hallway, and it was about midnight. I'm running up and down the hallway. Mm-hmm. I wanted to try on what I was going to wear, so I was running up and down, just doing laps. And I don't know if I woke anybody, but yeah. So then I got there, and here's where it went south. They had said no headphones for this race, but I was going to wear earbuds, which I don't like because it goes in your ear, but I found these nice over-the-ear hook ones. Mm-hmm. And I have tried them out on some runs, and they connected with my phone. Beautiful. No problem. I tried them in the hotel. I worked on my playlist all night. I had the right songs. Some nice, easy listening to get it going. Then maybe get a little harder, maybe a little Nirvana. Then maybe bring it back with a nice, soft Chili Pepper song. I had it all planned. Nothing connect. It just spins.
There must be something.
And just
must be
spins.
something to do with security of some sort.
But everybody had. I didn't ask everybody because obviously, so I went into panic. I had never run before without music. Never. I never run before. Mm-hmm. So I had to do it. There was no choice, and it was one of my best runs I ever had. I felt like I just enjoyed. I said, you know what?
You enjoyed the air, the atmosphere.
But I did have a problem.
Hearing and everything.
There were two girls that were behind me jabbering.
Oh.
They were jabbering.
What were they jabbering about?
They were, they were saying, oh, do you like, who do you like? Oh, I love Taylor. Oh, no way. Me too. You shut up. No, you shut up. And they just kept telling each other, oh, you know what? Let's cross the finish line together and we'll post it on TikTok. And I wanted to turn around and give them a
Sneaker Sisters.
Right. Yeah! And it was a lot of this going on. Runners are very endorphin high people. And they're like, woohoo! And everybody's screaming with, as they start. And they're with the phones to watch as they cross the start line. Everybody's got phones up to
What do you like on endorphin high?
I'm on my own endorphin high. I got enough problems other than endorphin high. I was on a Celsius high. So but then you see these same people that were gung-ho a mile down the road, yep. And they're bent over already vomiting on the side of the 1 mile in. And I said, you see? Anyway. And then here's my bib.
Steven. Steven, 127.
784. So I was Orange Corral. Because they lined you up in different, like cattle. You were put in different corrals. Or coral. And so they let you off in waves because there was so many people. They can't just do a mass start.
Oh, sure.
And so they did it out in waves, and it was
nice,
good. Nice. It was very nice. So that was it, and I said, that's it. It was the last one on my bucket list of races. The Philly, the New York, and now the DC, and I'm done. Forever. There's nothing.
No more races.
I don't think so. There's nothing that would entice me to do that anymore.
Right.
I'm hanging up my sneakers. But I'll always run.
Yeah.
But not.
You're not going to do a run anymore?
Nah, not like I don't need.
Do another Rocky run?
One was enough.
Really?
One was enough. Speaking of, we were talking, today is the anniversary of the Apollo 13. Well, it was yesterday, the 13th. The Apollo 13 going on the 13th, and then they ran into some trouble.
Oh, sure.
Now, they compared the now who was on this? This was Katy Perry, Zendaya, Taylor Swift. Who was on this journey? This 11-minute waste of time
Katy
journey.
Perry.
Fantastic.
It was
Hear Me Roar.
Gayle King.
Oh, I love her.
My friend Gayle.
My friend Gayle. Well, I thought that was the woman we had on. That remember the Miss America New York pageant?
Yes.
She was also Gayle King.
Oh, of course.
Who else was on this journey?
I don't remember. They were all women, though, right? Oh.
Well, Jeff Bezos
Jeff
went up.
Bezos' fiance.
His fiancée.
Yes.
His fiancée. Now, what was the price tag on this? This you couldn't return. You couldn't get your money back if you weren't satisfied.
Well, I think they were invited. They didn't have to.
They didn't have to pay?
No. I think they were invited.
Okay. But it's going to be a thing where we should do this.
I don't.
You want to do it?
No.
All right.
Gayle King, Lauren Sanchez,
Oh, I love
Amanda Gwynn, Carrie Ann Flynn, Aisha Bowe, and Katy Perry.
What? What is it?
Nothing.
What is it, Mr. Grumpy? Tell me, what is it? What annoys you about this?
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
And I'm not alone. I read some of the comments. Boy, are people angry about this. And I could care less.
Why are they angry about it?
It's stupid. Because they get down. I saw them get down. Katy Perry kisses the ground like she just came back from like she's like. I think
it was Gayle. Gayle kissed the ground. She was scared to death.
Good for her. Thank God she made it back. It's like, you have more trouble going on a cruise ship now. You have your life in your hand.
Well, you didn't see Robin Roberts or Savannah Guthrie going up there,
That's true.
but Gayle did.
Good for her. I thought that other female comic did. Who's that? I thought she was going to go. Who's the one that I can't think of her name now.
Schumer?
Not Amy Schumer. No, I can't think of her name. She's I don't know. But so that was good. So that was a waste of time. But more importantly, I was telling Steve, it's a very holy week. You got Passover, you got Easter,
Swiss cheese.
the bunny. It's all about the bunny.
Holy.
So I felt very. So I watched the Ten Commandments last night. So right off the bat, Steve and
Chuck Heston.
and Tony. Oh, great! Oh, he fantastic. I didn't know if he would. What line is better by Charlton Heston? Let my people go, or get your damn filthy hands off me, you dirty.
There are just so many of them, you know. It's like
let my people. But Yul Brynner. So Yul Brynner. Here's an interesting trivia fact. When Yul Brynner found out he would have to be shirtless for most of the movie, he got a personal trainer back at that time. This is 1956.
right.
You think he would have got Jack. But he gets a trainer because he said, I'm not going to let Charlton Heston upstage me on screen. I'm going to be... And so he cared enough about that at that time. And he looked great.
Yes, he did.
Sure.
The Centaurians looked fantastic. What a job by the Centaurians.
Mrs. Munster looked fantastic.
Yvonne DiCarlo. Wow. She was unbelievable. And who was the other group? The Hermaphrodites? No, who was the... what was the other group? The other Roman group? I got that name wrong. What was the other... What was the... It was the Centaurians and the... Which was the Nefertiti's?
The Carolina Hurricanes.
Thank you. I lost Tony and Steve on that.
The Savannah Bananas.
The Savannah Bananas. You can tell I didn't watch all of the commandments, just about 7 of them. So I want to test you guys. I want to see if your guys' knowledge. Tell me. Let's see where you are here.
Uh-oh.
I want to know if you know any of the commandments.
I bring to you these 15.
10 commandments. Now here they are. Now you guys, it doesn't have to be in order of importance. Go ahead, Tony. You start. Give me one.
Do not use the Lord's name in vain.
That's right.
That's number 1, isn't it?
The Lord's name in vain.
I don't think it's the first
No,
one.
it's
not
number
the
2.
first one?
It's
No, it's
number
number
2,
2.
Tony, right off the bat. I feel like this is Family Feud. Go ahead. The Mandrusina family.
Do not, what you would call. I'm looking for the hard ones, of course. I know the other ones.
Well,
but,
stay with the easy. Get yourself.
okay,
get
thou
basic.
shalt not steal.
Thou shalt not. Thou shalt not steal. Number 7. Tony, it's your commandment.
Do not commit adultery with another man's wife.
Right. It just says
Covet, yes.
Well,
That
it
was
says,
what I was
it
thinking
says
about.
you shall not commit adultery. So it's just right across the board. It doesn't have to be another man. It's
Oh,
anybody.
okay.
Yeah, another man's wife.
So did I?
No, you got one.
But there is.
The covenant, though a covet.
I thought commit adultery, but
Yes.
I thought there
Thou
was
shalt
something.
not
Mouth,
covet
put
thy
two to-
neighbor's wife.
Right. Thou shalt
Okay,
not
so I
covet
mixed
thy
two
Hey,
together.
don't be looking,
Okay.
Steve.
Thank you.
All right, Steve, you got one. Now you'd use the covet wife one.
Well,
Can't use
we
that.
both did. We both.
Right. It was kind of a mix.
Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not lie.
I don't. Well, it says. Well, no. Is that a lie? Not bring false witness against your neighbor.
Bear false witness.
Is that
Well,
really
I
lying?
guess-
That's not really lying.
No.
A little bit. We'll give it to you. Tony, got him one?
Thou shall not spend more than 2 minutes at the drive-through window at Starbucks.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That is correct. Steve,
Or else
back to
most
you.
baristas will go to hell.
There's one you'll never get because I didn't know this one. Not that I'm the connoisseur of biblical history. Right, you shall not covet thy neighbor's wife. I've done that one.
Is there something like you don't follow false gods or something like
Yes.
that?
Yes, there is.
I am the Lord your God. You shall not have strange gods before me.
Right.
No idling of strange tikis or
Or taboo.
No
Like
taboo.
the Brady
Bunch.
Bunch
Vincent
did.
Price. Speaking of who, what did you know? Who was it? Was Vincent Price? What role did Vincent Price play in the Ten Commandments? Did you know he was in the Ten Commandments?
Yes, I did know.
Do you remember who he played?
He wasn't Judas, was he? No.
No, Judas. You're in the wrong thing. You're in the wrong movie. You're thinking of the King of Kings.
Oh yeah, you're right.
This is Moses. Ten Commandments.
Played Egghead.
He was an egghead, but not in the Ten Commandments.
Oh, that's right.
He was Baca, the master builder. Baca,
And of
not
course,
Chewbacca.
Edward G. Robinson too.
Edward G. Robinson.
And of course, the great Billy Crystal imitation of Edward
Yeah.
G. Robinson. And
Who's your Messiah now?
Where's your Messiah now?
Who's your Messiah now? Honor your father and your mother.
Of course.
Remember to keep the holy day. Remember to keep holy the Lord's day.
Right.
That would be Sunday, right? And that's it. Yeah, don't take the Lord's name in vain. I curse a lot.
Don't steal.
I'm a big cursor. You shall not steal.
Don't kill.
Shall not kill.
Don't kill.
Those are your basics.
These are your basic run of the mill.
Yeah, these are easy.
your run of the mill.
And that's pretty much it.
yeah.
So it's about 10 solid ones. You guys did pretty good.
Run of the mill house command.
Now, here's a couple of trivia facts for the movie. How many extras were used for the making of the Ten Commandments?
Well, it's a Cecil B. DeMille film, so it was
some people say Cecil, but you could say
Cecil.
You're thinking of Cooper on the Brewers.
Cecil.
Cecil.
Cecil B. DeMille.
He was a part executive producer in the movie too.
I would say probably,
Extras we're talking about.
500. Probably all USC students.
14,000.
14,000?
14,000 extras were used in the making of this movie. Dance that dance, old man! That's a hard dance you dance. We've been dancing it for 100 years. We are waiting for that deliverer. You wait for a God that shall never come. That's my Yul Brynner.
You see, this
I do a great Yul Brynner.
You see, this is what I love. Every week, this is basically Steve's show.
Steve's
This is
backhanded
Steve's showcase. This is Steve's showcase.
All right, how many animals were used in this movie?
Oh, good God. Well, probably 10,000.
15,000 animals.
Good God. More than the extras.
More than the extras. I need something for the Ark.
God.
Get me a rabbit.
The humanes, the PETA would be up in arms if they were around back
Now,
then.
he narrates it, Cecil B. DeMille. He's the narrator of
Right.
it. He had, during the production, a heart attack on the production of the
That
movie, and 2 days later, he was back on the set
Yep. That's
to
nuts.
finish the movie.
He wasn't alive much longer, though.
Do you know he wasn't even alive to see the whole movie?
Really.
The movie was so long.
Yeah, that's true.
At two-thirds of the way through, he died of old age. Now, do you know how long it took them to film this movie?
10 months.
it started filming. It came out in 56. They started making it in 41. Charlton Heston was a new actor. He had done 7 other movies when the movie came out. He won 3 Oscars and was up for. He was doing Planet of the Apes when this movie finally came out. Get your hands off me, damn filthy! You worship these idol nerds. It's a great movie. Anyway, Yul Brynner. What else was Yul Brynner in? The
King and I.
King and I.
The King and I. And the what you call it, the Magnificent Seven, or
Sure.
And
With Telly Savalas.
No, that was Telly wasn't in that.
Just so they too many hairless guys. They didn't want to do that. Confusing, right?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Just one. I get
just
it. No, I
fed
get
that
it.
to you.
No, you didn't feed it.
And actually, there was a movie on with him the other day, which the original Westworld, which eventually the series was based on HBO. Westworld. Did you ever see that?
Westworld?
Westworld.
No.
Richard Benjamin, James Brolin, Yul Brynner.
I did not see that. But I'll tell you what I do want to see. This is pretty interesting, Steve. Wait, where was it? Oh, you could go see. This is adding a little mix to seeing the Easter Bunny.
Now, where's this? Where are you reading this from?
This is Newsday.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Something different.
Steve. This is in North Babylon or in Wyandanch. Oh, I see. The child is he's from North Babylon. He's posing with Buster Bunny.
Right.
It's a little hip-hop bunny. He's a little gangster bunny.
Right.
And he's in Wyandanch.
Right.
So he's not your typical bunny.
Right.
He's your thugster bunny.
Right.
Or hood bunny.
Your
hip-hop
Your
bunny.
run-of-the-mill house.
He's your hip-hop bunny.
Your run-of-the-mill house hip-hop bunny.
Easy. Careful.
Your house hip-hop
Careful, Steve.
bunny.
Careful.
I
getting close.
I
And
didn't say
speaking of
anything.
which, there he is, the Spikester.
didn't mean
He'll
that.
be at the Cannes little festival with his buddy Denzel.
Oh,
Sure.
they're doing a movie. They're doing a new movie together.
New movie. And I wanted to ask if you knew this. SNL is going to London. They're going to do.
No, they're well.
That's what it
you
says,
know,
taking the show to
Yes,
London.
they're not taking the show to London.
They're gonna
They're
recast.
doing
It's gonna be a new-
they're doing a British version.
Yeah,
of it.
they're doing a British
and
version.
there's like 4 or 5 different versions of SNL around the world, and so now this is going to be the first time in England it'll be there. But everyone has seen all the sketches from the original here. Everyone sees on YouTube.
Here's some interesting movies. MASH. The original MASH is going to be on, Steve.
When?
Yesterday. Sorry. Anyway. Oh, here's a new series on. Did you hear this new series on Hulu? Got to Get Out. Listen to this. This is interesting. This is why I got this paper. It says this is a new reality show on Hulu.
What's it called
Hulu.
again?
Got to Get Out. And what happens
I
is,
feel that every day.
let me see what this is. Oh, okay. It says here, this new reality competition show may help fill the void of some other show, The Traitors, that has gone. It says the hosts, and it features notable reality TV stars like Spencer Pratt,
Yeah.
Amoroso Val Amatrevsky, and Kim Solik-Bierman,
This is why I would cast you.
facing off against everybody else,
beautiful.
everyday people. And what they do is they must live in a locked house together for 10 days for the chance of winning $1 million. The contestants have to devise plans to sneak out, do challenges, and get back into the house before anyone knows.
Absolutely no desire to see that show whatsoever.
It's a great show. How dare you?
No.
Viola Davis is starring as an action figure president.
Action figure president?
Yeah, she's it says here she's a president and fights in the Iraqi war vet who battles it out with terrorists in G20.
So as a president, she's fighting?
I don't want to say anything, but look at her arms here. They're trying to make her out to be an action. She doesn't look action figure right there. Right?
She looks tough, though.
She looks soft.
Her arms don't look that soft.
She should have trained with me. Her arms look soft.
Oh, please.
Soft arms.
You have clients that have chicken parmesan on their shirts when they come in.
How dare you? It seems that the what is this Minecraft? What is Minecraft? It says it right here. Do you know
It
what
is
this is?
it is a video game, a computer game.
You're right.
Maybe Tony knows more since he is a father with children. So it's been a very popular game
You know
over
this
the
Minecraft
years.
thing?
I I couldn't tell. I don't know if I can.
I
add
don't know
more,
anything much about it.
Yeah, I know it- yeah,
they,
it's a video
they
game.
made a movie about it with Jack Black.
A never-ending
it's-
video game.
And it's made some money.
This was sad news. Publishers Clearinghouse filed for bankruptcy. No more Ed McMahon at your doorstep.
Ed McMahon was American Publishers.
American Publishers, yes.
Oh, was that different?
Yeah.
Yes.
That is-
Competing company.
I
yeah.
worked at Publishers Clearinghouse. for
My
a short
dad,
time.
my
Yeah.
dad, for a short time worked security in there.
And, what year do you happen to remember?
Oh God, we're gonna talk maybe the 90s.
That's I worked there from '89 to
It was a
'92.
very very short period of
Wow.
time.
Oh, that's funny.
Jimmy?
Yeah, he did
Did he
just for a
really?
little period of time. It didn't
Was he?
last long.
That's it. Wow. Now I know you guys would be into this. I saw this. I wanted to get your take. The Rascals.
Yes.
The Rascals.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Do
They're
you
going to be performing at the Patchogue Theater.
yes.
60th. I think it said 60.
Yeah,
That's
60
the
years.
60th anniversary.
60
yes.
years together. Is this the same group?
For the most part, yes.
Now, give me some songs they did, and I'm going to check. Well, I know you guys know.
it's
The
a-
drummer's dead, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's a beautiful morning.
Good lovin'. Come on.
Wait, I know.
Good love.
Wait, okay, Good Lovin', you got it. All right, easy. Good Lovin'.
We've
Groovin',
got
you-
Groovin'
was it
on a
right?
Sunday afternoon.
You better run.
You better run. Ain't gonna eat my heart out no more.
Yep.
We got
Good, Steve.
A Girl Like You.
Did you say You Better Run?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made and then Pat Benatar redid that song.
I've Been Lonely Too Long.
I've been lonely
great song.
too long. A Girl Like You. How Can I Be Sure? In a
yep.
world that's constantly changing.
What year was that?
How can
Let's see how good Steve is.
I be sure? I'll be sure with you. Doon, 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 doon,
Give me the
doon,
year,
doon,
not the
doon.
song.
Whenever I.
Okay.
It was. I'm gonna take a guess. 67.
67. Look at Steve.
Very nice. Yeah, Dino Danelli, the drummer, he died in 2022.
So if you want to come see Steve perform with the Love and
I
Spoonful,
wanna cry. Is Felix Cavalieri gonna be there? Because they're always
yeah, it's right here. Felix
yes.
Cavalieri.
He's the only one that matters.
Because yeah,
What about Gene Cornish?
He's the guitar
Oh, it
player.
says the Rascals are now down to Gene Cornish
Yeah.
and Felix Cavalieri.
yeah, and there was kind of like a rift between the guys, I guess. But I
Too
think
rascally. So it says here, tickets are $59 to $89,
Okay.
and it's Saturday at the Patchogue Theater, this Saturday night, Easter Eve, and it's yeah.
How's the weather?
I can see you going to this.
Whether or not we're together.
Oh, they did that song too?
Together
did a lot
we're
of-
feeling much better.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a
You see, this is
free concert by.
You see,
Stephen
I don't
Anderson.
really usually sing like this. I get very shy.
But you're loving the music. You're
Except
enjoying
when
it.
it always happens if I'm at a show, if I'm at Frank, Tony's brother would do a show, he would egg me on to start singing with it. He was
True story. I still have a memory from 1986 of you singing, because the Monkees played at Jones Beach
That's right.
with Gary Puckett in the Union Gap.
He always made me sing what am I doing hanging around?
Well,
Was it that?
No, we were in the corridor, walking, and you were singing. What's the Gary Puckett song? You were singing to the top of your lungs. Girl,
woman, whoa.
Now-
No, young girl.
That's it.
Yes.
Young girl. Yes,
Young girl.
that's it.
You know,
Yes.
this Gary Puckett, this was way before, even back then it was just like, it was just questionable.
Who, by the way, was a great home run hitter for the Twins.
Gary Puckett and the Union Gap did these songs, always had to do with young girls.
Young girls.
Young girl. Woman, have you got cheating on your mind? Young girl, get out of my mind.
Yes.
That is, it's just
Dirty filth.
filthy.
Filthy songs.
And I just remember that performance, Tony, because he was just there's something really greasy about him, real
Yeah.
greasy.
I didn't enjoy it.
Hey, let me just, and he was like strutting
Yes.
around, this 40-something-year-old man just acting like,
Yep.
dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely right. I remember that well.
I almost forgot. It's halfway through the show, and I almost forgot I had something for you here.
You got something from me? Why are you always?
Well, it was to
you
use for the
always
show.
have something
Really, I'm going to
from-
need it back after the show.
Because of course you.
I had this. Let me see. If
Now
this,
now I know.
I thought you might like to try this on, but now it's too much involved. It's a heating pillow. I
Oh.
got this as a gift. Somebody gave this to me. Put this behind you. You don't even have to plug it in. But see how the pillow feels.
You know what?
See how the pillow
I
feels.
don't have something like. We have something like this at the home,
At the home?
at the house.
Oh.
I guess.
Scared at that. I just want to see how
I
it
guess
feels.
this is it. Is this it? Where
Well, and then it plugs in, but how does that feel?
I think it's comfortable.
Does it feel comfortable?
You gotta keep it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I
Thanks,
think so,
Steve. I'll
maybe.
take this and bring it home.
What do you mean you're going to bring it home? I said I'm going to
You
keep
said
it.
you had something for me.
No, it was for the show. I'm not going to... What do you think I'm giving you a Shayetz?
A Homedics?
Homedic
A
Middle
Homedics?
East? This was a gift to me. I just wanted to share it with you.
You said, Tony, what you said? I have something for you.
I will take you to Judge Judy right now. We'll debate this. Give it to me. Well, I thought you might enjoy it on the show.
No, oh,
You want me to plug you in?
no, it's all right.
Younger. Well, you
Get
said
out
young
of
love or
my-
young girl?
No, young girl, get out of my mind. Our love for you is way out of line. Young girl, you're much too young, girl.
Speaking of much too young girls, do you know tonight is tax eve? Did you finish your taxes?
Oh yeah, months ago.
Months ago?
I finished it in January.
Really? Mm-hmm. How'd you do?
Fair,
You got something back?
a little, not a lot, but a little.
All right. Tony, you partake in that or you don't deal with that?
Just sent them in last week, and we had to pay a little bit.
I actually have to. Mine are done. My client is my accountant.
Yes,
Wonderful.
we know her well.
You know her well. And she is a big Betty Boop fan, so her goal, once tax season's over, is to see Boop, the musical.
Now, is your friend have some money involved in this play?
He's not invested in Boop.
He's
No.
always got his hands
All his
in
money's
something.
tied up in messy something else, some other. And he's been trying to get involved with, what's her face? Sandra Bernhard is making another tour around. She's going to be at the Patchogue Theater.
There you go.
She's going to be there. There's a lot of people coming to the Patchogue
Richard
Theater.
Kind was there the other night, too. I like Richard
We didn't get to
Kind.
see him, but why is Patchogue Theater getting all these...
It's a nice space.
Because of John Blenn, baby.
Oh, I knew John Blenn. I had done some theater with John. Well, when he did,
one of
remember
the
when he did
dating
those
catastrophes?
American Dating
Yeah,
Catastrophes?
he still does them.
No.
Oh, yeah, I just did one 2-3 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
I many years ago. I love John. You
John
still
is
talk to him?
I talked to John. I just saw him maybe a week ago.
Oh, that's so funny.
He's the manager there.
Right, he runs the. But where does he still hold those? They were like in Freeport or Rockville Center.
Oh, the dating catastrophes.
Yeah.
He travels all over.
He does it everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's the manager at the Patchogue Theater. So
Is that right?
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's why I brought him
Oh.
up.
So
I'm
he
giving
books
him
all, he
credit.
books all
He
those
really
things?
books-
I have no idea, but I'm giving him credit for it anyway. I'm just saying the place is
Because
doing
they've
well
been doing
because of
great
him.
things.
They
They've been doing these movies with the discussions afterwards.
Right,
Like
Judge Reinhold.
They did Judge Reinhold with Fast Times.
And wasn't
They did-
Jake Gyllenhaal? Not Jake Gyllenhaal, but John Cusack, I think.
No,
was there.
he
No.
canceled on them 2 or 3 times, so they're
Yeah.
done with him.
Really?
Yeah.
I could see that. He's a big man.
I think he's a little. He's living in the bunker
Mars.
right now.
Yeah.
He's just.
This
he's
is the
just
40th
insane.
anniversary this year or today or whenever of Breakfast Club.
Right.
The Breakfast Club is 40 years, and they all still look pretty okay.
Yeah, they do actually.
You know, they had them on a panel. I forget
Yes.
where it was. They were all talking and laughing, and they looked great. And the Brady Expo, I sent it to you. The Cindy, Greg, and Peter, I believe.
Peter, I believe 4 of them. No, it's gonna
Is
be.
it up to 4?
I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be.
It's at some chocolate
Cindy-
expo.
Oh,
I don't know
oh,
what that
maybe it is
means.
just 3 of them.
It's 3 of them because they showed the 3 and then the 3 the way they look now.
Right.
No,
And
I think it's the 3 boys and Cindy. I think it's the 3 boys.
Oh
Why?
yeah,
I know
it might
this,
be
I have
all,
no
you
idea.
might be all right.
No,
Yeah,
what-
three
I think it
boys
was
and
what-
Sin. It's everyone except for
No, it's-
Marcia and Jan.
But they were at, you're thinking of 2 different. There was one in Jersey where Bobby was at.
Oh.
Bobby's not going to be at the New York one. That's going to be Peter.
What about Tiger?
Tiger is unfortunately not. You know what? There's a sad thing about Tiger as a little interesting fact.
Yes.
I could be like Steve and give you interesting facts. The original Tiger was hit by a car
Really?
really soon after they started taping, and they had to use another Tiger who was uncontrollable, and that's why he was written off the show.
Wow.
You see, I can give you some interesting nonsense facts.
Oh, you're right. So the Jersey one has the 3. So which one are you talking about?
There's one here now. There's a chocolate expo that's going to be here because the Jersey one had Mike Lucaland. This one's going to have Peter.
Chris Knight.
Thank you.
Well,
I think. Is there one coming to New York? I thought there was one coming around here. I don't know. Maybe Long Island, maybe?
the one in Jersey also has Butch Patrick.
Yes. Eddie Munster, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you think I don't know anything?
Now,
Let me see.
And who doesn't know? Who
I
doesn't
believe-
love Yvonne? I had a poster of Yvonne DiCarlo.
Did you?
No. I wish I did. One of my favorite old-time silver screen actresses.
yes, she made, and you know what? She had a couple of comebacks. You know, The Monsters was her first comeback, you know?
And they
She
didn't
wasn't
think they could
doing
get
it.
her.
Yeah.
They thought she was this. They were like, Fred Gwynn said, "You're not going to get Yvonne DiCarlo. She's not going to do this TV stupid thing." And she was like, all in. She's like, "Where do I sign?"
And then, you know, after The Monsters, they were all really basically blacklisted or typecast. They couldn't get any work, Fred Gwynn especially. And neither did Yvonne DiCarlo. Then Follies came out on Broadway, and they casted her in Follies. She sang one of the best songs in the soundtrack, "I'm Still Here."
Yvonne?
Yvonne DiCarlo. She's on the soundtrack.
Oh, there you go.
Great song.
Chocolate Expo. Is there one around here?
This is.
This whole Hofstra.
Yeah, it's at Hofstra.
Oh, it's
but
at
I-
Hofstra. That's the one.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting. I
A
don't.
date or where they?
I don't. The
it's
list
hard
of people.
it's hard to look it up.
Oh. And what does that mean? The Chocolate Expo. What does that?
It's
mean?
all chocolate. It's just about chocolate. It's
And
all
they-
chocolate.
the
and they
official
need-
home of chocolate, food, and fun.
You know, I need to be there.
And you know, and
Nothing
you
says
know-
fun like
you
chocolate
know,
and the Brady Bunch.
Steve will tell you there's no fun in chocolate.
Nothing.
You might as well just give me the cheesecloth with the corn syrup on it.
Nothing like
Suck-
cheesecloth.
Suck on the cheesecloth.
Suckle honey. Celebrating. Did you know what's his face? John Astin, the great John Astin.
Yes.
Sean's dad.
Yep.
Gomez.
Yep.
Speaking of Yvonne DiCarlo.
Yes.
I know. I know.
The other show.
I know.
I know,
Not to
don't worry
drive Steve
about
crazy.
You're not.
He turned 95.
Yeah, you don't see too much of him anymore, though. So I don't know.
And speaking of TV shows,
Yep.
who else just turned 90, I believe 95. Wait, I want to double check this. Oh, I'm sorry, 91. I don't want to age her. Shirley Jones.
Yes.
She turned 91. Mm-hmm. Now, I got a couple of others, Steve, that are still rolling. A couple of other actresses from famous sitcoms. Well, John Astin, 95. Mm-hmm. Marion Ross.
She's still going.
Guess how old Marion Ross is? The
I know
great
she-
Mrs. C from...
She's way in her 90s. I know that.
what do you think?
95, 96.
96, WKBG. She's fun fact: the Marion Ross Performing Arts Center in her hometown of Minnesota was named for the actor in 2008.
Well,
Isn't John Astin still?
Yes.
He's still teaching somewhere in the city. If I'm
Is
not
that
mistaken.
right?
is he really?
I believe he. I know. Well, he used to, but I'm pretty sure he's still doing it.
Wow.
Marla Gibbs.
Wow.
Yes, she's
Marla
in her
Gibbs.
90s too. She was just on an episode of Will Trent about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Now, do you know where was her claim to fame? What was Marla Gibbs?
Oh, well. First it was 227, but before that it was the Jeffersons.
That's right. She was the maid, Wheezy.
No, Weezy was the wife.
Fun fact: Marla Gibbs continued to moonlight as a agent for United Airlines for 2 more years while filming The Jeffersons. She said, "I had unlimited day guest passes to fly on United Airlines." Who else do we have? William Daniels.
I was just about to tell you, there's a whole big thing in New York Magazine with all old Broadway stars in their costumes.
Wow.
And William Daniels is 98.
And not only that, now what was his big show or
Oh,
shows?
well, look, I'm
What
a
do you-
huge William Daniels fan.
I know you are. So what was
From
your
the first
favorite?
time I went to Radio City Music Hall for our class trip, we went to see 1776 was the movie, and I literally loved every actor that was in there. I followed all of them. So I knew William Daniels and Ken Howard and Blythe Danner and, just amazing.
Long Island's own Ken
Was
Howard.
Ken
Yes,
Howard?
that's
Was he
right.
White Shadow, Ken Howard?
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Ken Howard.
He was Tom Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson in 1776.
That's right. He
Yep.
was also in Roots,
Yes.
Was Ken Howard in Roots?
wasn't he?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure. Give me a Roots check.
William Daniels. So yeah.
So what show did you like him best in?
Oh God. Well, 1776 was great.
No, but
I
TV
loved
show,
him. I
yeah.
love St. Elsewhere,
St. Elsewhere.
which I just love in general.
I kind of liked him in Boy Meets World. I love him.
I
as
like
the-
Mr. Feeney, but I mean that was just a romp.
I know. Well,
And of
the
course,
Rock
Kit
could be
Carr.
good. Kit Carr.
Michael.
Michael. Now, did you know he's still married to his wife after 73 years?
Bonnie Bartlett.
Yep, she is he's married to a young chick,
Says,
95.
Oh my God, he robbed the cradle there, didn't he?
Yeah.
You know, I don't. Yeah, I don't.
No, maybe he's not.
I don't think Ken Howard was in Roots.
Yeah, I thought he was.
I thought he was. Maybe am I confusing him? Who are we confusing him with?
I don't.
Todd Bridges.
That's who it is. Todd Bridges was in Roots?
That's what it says.
You know what was a great thing about Roots? They took every white guy,
I know.
white actor,
That's
or
what I thought
actress for
Ken
that
Howard was
matter.
in.
Every white guy or white actress that usually played the hero or the good guy, and they were all horrible. Robert Reed was
Yes.
bad. Sandy Duncan was nasty.
Mr. Drummond?
Yeah, did you?
Mr. Drummond.
Mr. Drummond.
Was he in it?
There's that one thing Leslie Uggams runs into Sandy Duncan when they're old, but she was like, she didn't even know who she was, and Leslie Uggams spits in her cup and gives her water.
And I'll give you
terrible.
one more actress. I don't want to leave her out. Joan Collins,
Yes, she's in her 90s.
91.
91.
And it says here, she got the role in Dynasty because this actress turned it down. Who turned down her famous role in Dynasty?
God, this should be so easy. I'm thinking.
It's so easy to fall.
Not Linda Ronstadt.
No. I was thinking a Buddy Holly song. Oh, but I guess they had Linda Ronstadt did it too. I wasn't giving you a clue. I was just
I
singing.
don't know. I figured.
Sorry.
It was
Could have been
the
Linda
other Elizabeth Taylor.
Sophia Loren.
Sophia Loren.
That wouldn't have worked.
doesn't
Don't you remember? Remember they used to have like Dynasty and Dallas and all those
Yes.
big shows.
Yes.
They were big. It was like nighttime soap
Falcon
opera.
Crest
You know, all those big shows at night.
Yeah, he didn't.
I never watched them, but there was a time for it.
Yeah.
It was popular, those shows, right? People loved Dallas.
Yeah.
Larry Hagman.
Yes. Who shot JR?
Who shot That was huge. People were
It was.
all over that.
It was unbelievable.
I mean, it was so popular.
People had to wait the whole summer.
Right? When you used to have to wait to find out.
Find out.
I saw the trailer for the new Karate Kid that's coming out. Ugh. Ralph
Why?
Macchio should have stopped. He got worse acting as he got older.
Oh wow.
I watched the Karate Kid, the original, was so good. 2 got worse. 3 was awful. And then My Cousin Vinny, he was okay. And really, that's all Joe Pesci and what's her face?
Marissa Tomei.
Marissa Tomei. They make that movie. Even The Friend is funnier.
Well, even Fred Gwynn, of course.
Everybody was better than
strong in
right.
that.
It was almost like he just played the straight kid, like Ralph Macchio. He wasn't. Everybody else was great.
Right.
He wasn't bad. He was just there.
Look,
But I just feel like I don't. And
Look,
in
it's
Cobra
not.
Kai,
We're not. This isn't.
I'm not
This isn't Shakespeare. It's not Steinbeck.
I get it.
This is not Arthur Miller. It's a little romp. So
Oh, can I give a little shout out to my friend Emily,
sure.
our friend of the
Our
show,
friend
Emily.
of the theater.
She's directing her first directorial debut.
Oh.
It's not her first, but it's her first pretty significant. She's doing a View to a Bridge, I believe.
Wow.
Arthur Miller.
Right.
And Adam went. He didn't even know I knew her. He went to audition. And, of course, he always causes a riot. He goes, I went there and they made me wait for an hour. I walked out. I said, I have other things to do. So I said, well, do you want me to put a call in for you? Because I know the director. So he said, could you? So I said I could.
And Emily, and I don't know, does Emily put up with this shenanigans? I don't think so.
We had done something.
She is a woman of the theater.
She is a theater
Yes,
woman.
She is.
Well, big mistake. That's not where the money is. Nobody's making money in theater.
No.
Unless you're Denzel and Jake Gyllenhaal in that awful Othello. Man, is that awful.
It's not awful.
$900
It's the
a
fact that
ticket.
it's $900.
$900 a ticket. You believe that? They're asking
Seriously?
$900 a ticket to go see these 2 idiots in Othello.
You're calling Denzel an idiot?
You want me to do a little Othello for you?
Yeah, why not?
Listen to me, Eagle. I go, yeah. All right, yeah. Let me tell you something. I'm doing a little Othello and Denzel. Wow. Yeah, man, that's easy. All right. Yeah, all right. I just saw him in Training Day. That was a good movie.
God, that was crazy.
That's a great movie with young Ethan Hawke. And he wasn't that young, Ethan Hawke. He had been around.
Yeah, he'd been around.
But that was a
very good movie.
So, what do they call those? They say these are, Steve, say this word for me. Non-agitarian? Is that people that don't annoy you? What is that word?
Where am I seeing that? Oh.
I stumped Steve. Sorry.
Non-engine.
Long Island education at its
These are
best.
people in 90s in their 90s.
I know, but I wanted to see if you would be able to. It was a complicated word.
You know what? I love William Daniels. I saw him in a Starbucks in L.A. once.
Of course you did.
And he was sitting there at the table, and I wanted to say something to him, and I said, no, I'm not going to. I would never. You know what? That's the thing. I would never bother people.
Did you ever get an autograph from somebody?
No, I don't think so.
Sports or otherwise?
Sports. I mean, I've gotten appearances. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but no, I mean like if you just bumped into somebody like that and said, can I have your autograph? David Soul, you had a great chance.
I did, but there's Dave DeBuscher.
Oh wow.
We were at a Nets game with my dad, and he was sitting up. It's like he might have been working for the Nets at that time. My dad says, "There's Dave DeBuscher. Go up there and get an autograph." I was really shy, and I got him. He gave it to me.
He did?
Yes.
That's something. That's a good one to have.
And remember, there used to be this guy at the games, Dancing Harry.
At the Knick games or Nets games?
All the basketball games.
I don't
He used to do a lot. He was at the net. He'd just dance off on the.
Dance.
I got his autograph. I don't know what happened to it, but yeah.
Who is that group, the Brothers? They keep every time I watch the Knick game, they go, "The Brothers are coming to Madison Square Garden."
Oh, that's an Allman Brothers thing.
Oh yeah.
Is it? And
thank you.
Are they famous? These musicians, the Brothers? Because they're
like part of the Allman Brothers band.
Oh, so
they're who's ever left of the Allman Brothers.
And they're able to sell at Madison Square Garden?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes.
Because that's where they're playing. Like every time I watch the Knicks, they like constantly are pitching this show. They're like, and they name the people. You guys would know.
Warren Haynes
is in the Brothers.
Yes.
And there's like 9 others.
Yep.
I don't. And they do Allman Brothers songs, or they they have their own music.
No, they do Allman Brothers.
Now, the Allman Brothers are gone.
They're dead.
That's what I meant. I was
All
trying to say it.
Are dead.
Yeah. How many were there?
2. Were they 2?
Mm-hmm.
2.
Like the Hall and Oates. They're not dead.
They might as well be.
That's the same but different.
Well, because they broke up, because they're not going to.
Well, do you know the? I don't know which is which. The blonde one is very good. He was on Stern not too long ago. Daryl Hall is very good. The other guy's suing the blonde guy. They're in a lawsuit.
Yeah. Well, the thing was, he
man eater.
They want to.
She's a man.
Oates wanted to sell the rights to the library.
Oates wanted to sell the rights to the library,
and Daryl didn't. So there's a big fight. Yeah. Watch out, boy.
Watch out, boy. She'll shoot. I love that song. Man eater. She'll chew you up. There was something else I had to mention. Oh, so the Brothers, you cleared that up for me. We talked about Cecil B. DeMille. We got the Hip Hop Bunny in Wyandanch if you want to go see that. We can go. Now, so are you doing anything for the holiday? Do you partake in any of this biblical week? Now it's a Passover, it's Easter, it's Moses, it's everything.
I'll be working on Easter Sunday.
How dare you?
I know I didn't want that to happen, but it did.
Do you have anything going on? Are you
Yeah, dinner with the family.
Family dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Do you do you do Easter baskets or anything like that? Or are you still?
Well,
was that when they were they not?
Yeah, my kids are older now. That my kids are in their 20s, but yeah,
you used to do the Easter basket.
Yeah, of course. Hide the eggs around the house.
Yeah,
sure.
Now you can't do that anymore. You got to get fake eggs because there's no way to you can't color Easter eggs now. They're like $9 an egg. That's going to hurt the color egging industry.
The color egging?
You're not going to be able to color a lot of eggs this year.
Imagine
imagine to have that talk with your kids. Hey, are we going to color Easter eggs? We're actually going to color something different. I want you to go outside, find some rocks. We're going to color rocks.
Easter
this year.
rocks.
Easter rocks. Which they were great in concert. Easter rock. It's like yacht rock.
Charlie Brown. I got a rock.
I got a rock. That's right. The Easter special. Yeah, Charlie Brown Easter special.
Great Pumpkin.
The Great Pumpkin. No, that's Halloween.
Well, that's when he got.
Oh, that's when he got the rock.
Got a rock in Halloween, not in.
You got a rock in my shoe.
That's right.
Which I had my sneakers, by the way, were fantastic for the run. I have to give a shout out to Adidas and to all the people who make Adidas.
Adidas, the official sponsor of the Steve Square Show.
Now, did you saw
Adidas?
Adidas. You saw the movie Air, right? With Jason Bateman and Matt Damon and that. That was pretty. What'd you think of that movie?
Not Jason. Oh yeah,
Jason Bateman.
Right,
yeah.
but it was Ben Affleck.
Right, and Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Why? Jason Bateman had a great, and I thought what's his face was great in it. Not Chris Rock, Chris Tucker.
Yes, he was.
He's so good.
Yes, he is.
I like him. There's something I like about him.
Yeah.
It's like just the funniness but there's something else.
Well,
like
that and I liked him in Silver. The movie with Bradley Cooper and De Niro.
Oh yes, Silver Linings
Playbook. He was great.
Yeah,
he was.
Too. He's really good. Solid actor. Very good. He was, and of course we loved him in with Jackie Chan.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, Beverly Hills Cop. No, that was. Steve hates when I mix up movies.
I'm not. No, I don't hate. I didn't hate.
He knows I'm doing it on purpose.
I know you.
Oh, this was exciting. I saw this and I pulled this right away. I love high school wrestling. I was watching college bowl. This is how bad it got the other night. There was nothing on, and I have 75,000 channels, Netflix, everything, and I couldn't find a thing. And I got locked into. I was watching the NCAA Women's Bowling Championships.
How was that for you?
Fantastic.
I was
glued. I mean, one goes and then the other goes. It was the South Carolina Gamecocks against the Vols of Tennessee. Mm-hmm. And what they do is every time each bowls and they get a strike, or even if they don't, they all high-five each other like real aggressively.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. I think they should bring back Celebrity Bowl.
Celebrity bowling?
Remember that? I used to enjoy that.
Battle of the Network Stars.
Stars.
Yes, of course.
Sure. And then you get, that's all they need now is, hey, Jalen Brunson twists his ankle doing tug of war against Valerie Bertinelli. He's out for the playoffs. They would never do that. They didn't care back then, right, about injuries and things. They treat these guys like glass. Yeah. Not one of them played in that final game. Thibodeau was like, I got enough heat on me if I don't get the Knicks at least deep in the playoffs.
Oh, my goodness.
If he doesn't get them at least to the second round, because the second round's going to be tough. They're either going to face Boston or whatever, but you got to get through the first round. I mean, at least make it what you did last year. And everybody's healthy, so you have no excuses. Like, everybody's healthy for the most part. And you even have Mitchell Robinson there, so...
There you go.
I mean, but it's even in baseball, they treat these guys. They don't.
Oh God.
Nobody plays. 2 games, they sit. They don't play. And Steph Curry had been sitting back to backs. Nobody plays back to backs. Clyde Frazier had a great interview. I was just looking with Jon Stewart.
Yep.
He did a little roundtable, and he was saying back in the day because people only came to watch college basketball. He goes, nobody came to watch NBA games.
No.
He goes, we would have to have the Globetrotters play before us. Or a college game. We would schedule it like double headers at the Garden so the fans would be there already.
Wow.
To be in the stands before the NBA kind of took off.
Or at least, that's why they have Clyde there, so he could do his little poetry, to keep the people on the game.
But he said what really brought the fans in was Bill Bradley. When the Knicks got Bradley and it was a big Rhodes Scholar, it was this whole big thing. He said that place, it packed out. He goes, and it would always pack out when Wilt came to town. When they played Chamberlain, he said that would always get a good draw.
Yeah, definitely.
And those things back in the day. But you got to look up that. It was Jon Stewart talking with Clyde Frazier. It was great. Great interview. What did you think about, we don't get political here, but what did you think about, I try not to. I try to get.
Good idea.
But you're going to.
This is not even real political, but Bill Maher went to the White House, right? He had a little dinner?
Yes, he did.
He said the crabs weren't great, but he enjoyed the vichyssoise.
The crabs? Which crabs were those?
Oh, here we go. I knew I could just light that fuse and get Steve going. I don't know. People have a.
There is.
Right? Why would you do that?
There is a connection for me to there because the person.
That is true.
The person who set this up was there too. Yes, it was.
Are you kidding?
I got pictures.
Oh, you'll have to
I'll show you
Get
later.
out of town.
Yep. He set it up.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Really? He's still involved that deep
Yes, he is.
to put together something like
Put
that?
it together.
Wow.
There's a whole story to that, too.
That's interesting. We'll save that for off the air. I'm sorry, folks.
Yep.
That's called a tease.
Well,
That's 7:30.
now everyone wants to know the story, so
Well,
we can't tell.
We can't tell, but that's okay. You'll tell me.
I'm too busy talking about Johnny Most.
Johnny
Who?
Johnny who? Johnny. They were asking Clyde about his how he got into broadcasting and made
Right.
that transition and his style. That's unique. His rhyming, his thing, and he would say he really studied the dictionary and really wanted to learn and use his vocabulary.
always a smart guy.
But to do with what he's doing. An
Right.
ubiquitous move by Jalen, whatever, and rhyming and being able to
And
just
you know
flow.
what else I love about Clyde? He's so happy. He sounds so happy. You know what? Yeah. It's so true. You need to smile when you're on the air, because if you don't sound happy on the air. You don't see him during the game. You hear him, and he sounds so enthusiastic and excited about it, and that makes a great presentation.
And the thing was, they were talking about, Clyde was talking. He was talking about the scooter and how we watched that transition of a player. And someone that could be a little hometown guy, could root for his team and do it in a funny way. Obviously, he wasn't a Red Barber broadcaster.
And he's not a real homer, but he's good though.
But Clyde he's very fair. And I'll tell you, Clyde, he's like in his 80s. I think he just turned 80.
I think he just turned 80.
They had the big birthday at the Garden. He knows every player in like the G League. He'll talk about players in the G League and things when they come up. Like he loves it. But he lives in, what's the island he lives in? It's one, not Bahamas. It's kind of like an island like that. That's where he lives. But
I don't know.
Yeah, that's where his home is. But
hey Siri,
he still does.
Where does Walt Frazier live? I'm finding out right now. He says he lives in Atlanta. Siri says Atlanta.
Oh, then maybe he has a home.
You were close.
I was close. Hey, what is that crazy island? Oh, Atlanta. What is that weird place that nobody ever goes to? Atlanta. Anyway. 7:32. We're going to wrap up shop with that. It's April 14th. If you haven't yet did your taxes, you got 4.5 hours before somebody knocks on your door. Now, I wouldn't worry because I don't even think there's anybody working at the IRS anymore, so I wouldn't even file this year. Take Steve Square's advice. Don't even file. Let them come look for you.
No, they have by midnight tomorrow.
Right. I'm sorry. You're
Yes.
right. Tonight's the 4th. Oh, see, I wouldn't even bother. What am I talking about? I did it one year. I had to raise, and I don't even know why. This is a big misnomer. You don't have to rate the percentage of a municipal penalty if you owed. Now, if you're getting money back, you don't have to file by the 15th. But if you owe, it's the fraction of a day late or something like that. But there's that significant date that's in our minds to panic.
Right.
And, and that's what we do. It's a significant date. It's like, it's the panic date. So, but I had days where I would go to that post office on John Street because that's the one that's open late.
The Hicksville.
And it's on John Street.
Used to be open 24 hours.
Yeah, but they do stay open till midnight on tax day.
They stay open to 24 hours, but the lobby is open 24 hours, right? I think you could go in there and do things.
Yeah. So, and I heard Starbucks was taking returns this year too, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure.
I heard you can go and get a free mochaccino with your tax return done.
Yeah.
The baristas are doing your tax returns.
Absolutely right.
If you want to file.
Yeah, Steve is absolutely right.
Don't get angry. Now
right
I gave you a glorious, or loaned you, a pillow for your lower back, and I get soup. I don't even get a meal at Mendy's, a nice meal.
You know, that person who we talked about who set up that thing is also good friends with Banya.
Is he really?
Yeah,
wow.
Nice, very nice guy.
I love Banya.
Yeah.
Have you ever met Banya?
I have not met Banya, but
Then I have no use for you.
Banya from Seinfeld?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He was on Hershey and the Keys just a few weeks ago. He'll be here at Governor's in about 2 or 3 weeks.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Good guy.
What's his actual name?
Steve Heitner.
There you go.
Thank you, sir. On that note, we'll leave you alone. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful holiday week, guys. Happy Easter, happy Passover, happy everything, whatever I'm missing. It's Holy Week. Watch something holy. 10 Commandments, maybe, something like that. All right, Stephen. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, pal.
Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you, Steve.
And thank you for watching the Steve Squared Show. We'll see you next week, 6:30 on the Steve Squared Show.
See you. Bye.